What's going on, guys? Rock and I are here with Wifie and Hubster and at Jefferson Davis Academy to see a play put on by some of the Miss Hyatt's high schoolers. And from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be a really funny play. And I'm actually, and I know Rock is too, we're looking really forward to it, and some of the food. So what do you think, Wifie?
I think it's going to be good. I think we're going to go in and enjoy it now.
Whoopsie. Look over to you guys. Hubster's here for the food. No, I'm kidding. The show should be great. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in there. Oh, I just showed off on my beard. Back into the beard with you.
Just another high school play.
Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight?
All right.
Good, good. I'll be right back. Don't give me that. You're in this as deep as I am. Deeper. Get out here. Now. Hello, everyone. I'm Caleb, the assistant director of this show, and this is Marshall, show stage manager. Hi again. We met earlier. And we'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight to our musical, Play. Sorry, did you say play? Yes, play. So when you're ready to raise the fiddler on the roof? In Oklahoma? On a carousel? You mean you don't know what play we're putting on? Well, I thought you knew. You're the assistant director? You're the stage manager. Didn't you show up to rehearsal? Well, no, I had that thing that Oh, right. That important date with that girl from D-Burg with the hairy forehead. She did not have a hairy forehead. It was pronounced Caroline. And besides, where were you? My grandmother died. I've known you for 12 years now, and in that time you've gone through at least 6 dozen grandmothers. I come from a big family. Sounds more like a cult. What? Oh, my found this backstage. Just a note from his eye. Give me this. What does it say? My dearest students, how nice. The best of luck to you on tonight's show. I would like to say something positive to give you all some motivation, but the fact that none of you bothered to come to a single rehearsal prevents me from doing so. I imagine you have a packed house full of people on the brink of turning into an angry mob, so I've headed south for Mexico. The Miss Hyatt you all know is dead and gone, and I'm now known as Muy Guapa, and I've decided to become a professional salsa dancer in Tijuana. Adios and good luck. You'll need it. Sincerely, Muy Guapa. Very funny, Miss Hyatt. Come on out. Where are you? Caleb, I don't think she's coming back. No, this has to be a joke. It all makes sense now. I thought nothing of it at the time, but... But what? Well, on my way headed here tonight, I passed Miss Hyatt going out of town. She was blasting Ricky Martin's Living La Vida Loca and trying to drive her doing the Macarena. Well, we're done. Godspeed, Miss Hyatt, wherever you are. Will you quit thinking about her? We got a problem here. All these people are expecting a show, and what? And what the heck is that? I think it's a musical intro. Where's it coming from? I don't know. Make it stop. Quick, we'll just have to win it. Are you crazy? And now, on with the show. We do have a show, right? Of course, of course. I found a box full of old scripts, different classics we've had to study over the past 4 years. Could everyone please come in? Everybody, take a script, pick a scene, and get to work. We'll call you when we're ready. They can't memorize the whole scene in just a few minutes. Well, wing it, improvise. It'll be fine. It'll be like the history of high school theater, a showcase of scenes. Boring. I find you on the show. All right, everybody, you're the stage manager. Get to work on their script. Sure we're not in over our heads? We can do this. We don't need Miss Hyatt. Muy Guapa. Excuse me? She's now known as Muy Guapa. Whatever. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on with the show. All right. Right, come on. Yeah. Maybe we should just call this whole thing off. Refund their money. I'm running the show now, you hear me? A show is only as good as it's backstage, and these people came for a show, and we have to give it to them. And now, on with the show.
thinks of Western theater, one thinks of the greats. Shakespeare, Beckett, Stoppard, Albee, and Buttafuoco. But to get to these classic and contemporary works, we must wade through 5,000 years of history first. Wait, don't head for the door quite yet. You will not need to memorize any dates. I'll try to focus on the gory stuff, and you probably won't actually learn anything. The sooner we rip this proverbial band-aid of history off, the sooner we can get into the stuff we all know and love. We'll start in Egypt. Theater started in Egypt nearly 5,000 years ago. There were 5 major types of plays: life after death.
Hey, what are you doing tonight? Whoa! So this is where you go when you die? Looks a lot like a theater in South Carolina.
Plays about magical healing.
That's right. If you order now the Pharaoh's Pharmacy Channel will not send you 1 but 2 casts of Happy Osiris healing balm, made from 100% Egyptian camel drop. One day you get something in your tongue and it'll heal whatever it was over there. Side information includes halitosis and nephritis, stone, talent, name and address too.
And plays about the gods, the crowning of kings, and the Pharaoh's 30th year on the throne, because most people didn't live past their 20s. Wow, that made me middle-aged. I'll be a 15-year-old with a midlife crisis. That's depressing to think about. Moving on to Greece. The country, not the musical. You knew that. No, you didn't.
You're right. Can we keep the costume?
The Greeks looked up the tragedy.
A tragedy is when anything that can go wrong does go wrong, right? By that time you sent that really desperate Valentine to be quiet. And it was all like roses are red, violets are blue. If you won't be mine, I'll cry myself to sleep. I said that right. Then it turns out her mom works at the local news station and she read it on the air. I know all this, I was there. Then you tried to be all suave and stop by her house. Nobody answered. You thought she was playing hard to get. Then you walked in on her dad doing yoga in his pajamas. All right, that would be an example of a tragedy. I'm transferring to schools when we're done with this.
The Greeks also created the first trilogies.
Seriously?
Yes, why does that surprise you?
Like the Greeks created Indiana Jones?
Yeah, the Greeks created Indiana Jones in 400 BC.
Cool. You idiot.
Traveling storytellers would perform from memory the most famous epic poems of the time. The Iliad and the Odyssey, written by Homer. Aren't you going to say anything about the author's funny name?
No, it's too easy. Come on, we are professionals.
The Iliad is all about the mighty Trojans, and there is a great battle over the most beautiful woman in the world.
I'm Helen, the face that launched 1,000 ships. This is the hottest girl we had backstage. I mean, come on, we do want to make this believable. When do I get to kill him again?
Not until the Romans, so they're up next. These stories were full of adventure and strange creatures like the Cyclops. The 100-handed ones. And sorceresses who would turn people into pigs. The Greeks were conquered by the Romans, and they adopted their theater. But they soon grew bored with the tragedy and built altars so they could include public executions.
Why do I have to keep dying?
The Roman Empire eventually fell because they spread their armies too thin.
Hey, they call Romans because they like to move around a lot. When are you going to kill him again?
Now I'll be fine. China was pioneering drama as far back as 2000 BC. It started as interpretive dance, ancestor worship, and military celebrations. Oh, and all female roles were played by men.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Eventually, modern theater came to England.
Thank God.
But all female roles were still played by men.
For the love of what was wrong with these people?
The Elizabethan period brought in the greatest writer of all time, William Shakespeare. Meanwhile, in Italy, Commedia dell'arte was taking off. These were short plays performed in the streets and included improvisation.
Name an animal. Hippo. Look at me, I'm a hippo. Hey, if a tree falls on a mom in a forest, does it make a sound? Hey, if a tree falls on a mom in a forest, who cares?
And jugglers.
You can't joke. Do you think they noticed? Nah, you played out like a champ.
Now, after this.
Hey, Mom. I think they like my jacket. What are you doing? Listen, guys, you did great.
He's messing everything up. We got another 400 years to go.
All right, let's just move on.
Wait me when it's over.
Hey!
I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him.
Fine, come on, guy.
Have you ever actually been to a live show?
Don't be stupid. Well, then, no. Okay, no. But I don't see what this has to do with anything.
And that explains why you don't know how to act when there are performers on the stage.
Listen, I pretty much took this assistant director job because I like to boss people around. So I know what you're going off about, but I could really use a coffee. 2 creams, no sugar. Thanks.
To begin with, you're breaking the fourth wall right now. You're sitting in the fourth wall.
You're not going to give me that coffee, are you?
The most basic thing you need to understand is that you don't cross this invisible wall.
What is this, Dungeons and Dragons? You have to have an invincibility crystal and a healing orb?
You just need to pretend that there's a wall there and the audience is looking in on our lives.
Like the aliens do when I'm sleeping? What? What? Huh? What?
It's just invisible, but you need to pretend that it exists even though it doesn't.
Oh, I get it. Like the lost city of Atlanta.
Whatever, let's just move on. It's just invisible, you're not supposed to break it.
Why not?
You just aren't.
You mean like this?
Stop it.
Like this?
Knock it off.
Look, I'm afraid to pull up. Shake it all about.
Did your mother drop you as a child?
You can feel it in the space between your eyes, but it's funny because it sounds naughty.
I'm gonna punch you in your belly if you don't stop.
Are you ready with the first act yet? I'm getting tired. I like the nap between acts.
We continue our review of all things theatrical.
Hey, well, wake up! Hey, buddy, that's like the wildest dream. It was production night, the director took off on us. We had to make the entire play up ourselves. Isn't that crazy?
Well, while we have some downtime, I thought we might answer some questions that some of you asked out in the lobby as you were waiting for the show to begin. Our first question comes from Joe Hunter. What does it take to become an assistant director?
Well, it takes a lot of dedication and hard work. It takes a creative spirit and the ability to think outside the box.
Good answer, as far as stage managing is concerned.
I'm sorry, Marshall, but let's stick to the questions.
Okay, sorry. Our next question comes from Miss Heather. Is the assistant director single, and if so, what night is he available? This isn't quite what we had in mind. Moving right along.
Now let's wait a minute. The girl asked a question. I think she deserves an answer.
Fine.
Well, as a matter of fact, I am single, and I'll go on a date with you if you can guess my favorite word. Give up. My favorite word is soup because it brings you and I together.
Our next question comes from, come on now,
What? Who's it from?
the President of the United States of Cool.
And what does the president of Cool ask?
Would the assistant director like to be my new vice president in charge of chicks?
Well, as a matter of fact, I would.
Wait a minute, these are all written in your handwriting.
What? No, that's crazy.
Come on, Caleb, where are the real questions?
Fine.
Okay, now for the real questions. Michael from Bournemouth would like to know, how do actors stay in mental shape when rehearsing for production? Good question. How about we bring out 2 of our experienced high school actors to answer it for us? Tom and Carrie, will you please join us? This is Tom.
Hi there.
And Carrie.
Hello.
And as experienced high school actors, they will explain how they get ready for a production.
Well, first at practice we start with tongue twisters, stretches, and that sort of thing.
And after warming up the body and the voice, we usually like to play an improvisation game. First, we ask for a volunteer from the audience.
Ooh, me, pick me.
Anybody out there interested in playing a little game with us?
Please,
Anybody at all?
please.
Fine, you can play.
Well, only if no one else doesn't want to. I don't want to be pushy.
You're playing. You got it?
Got it.
Alright, this is a little game called Murder. Who, where, and how.
Ooh, sounds scary.
We played backstage before the show, remember?
Ah, right. What were the rules again?
Fine, I'll go for all y'all out there. First, you pick a volunteer.
That's me.
Right. Next, the volunteer covers up his ears. It is very important that the volunteer cover up his ears. It is of the utmost importance that he can't hear anything, because if he could hear, then he'd know that he smells like boiled cabbage and should be ashamed of the way he's dressed.
Hey! I wasn't listening. I was reading your lips.
You can barely read a comic book. How are you supposed to read my lips?
All right, sorry. I was eavesdropping.
You were cheating. Cover up your ears and sing.
Wow, cool. I have the power of the ocean in my hands.
Now! Alright, the next step is... I'm talking to you.
Oh, are we ready to play now?
No, we're not ready to play. Go backstage.
But
Go! Alright. First, I will begin by trying to describe the occupation. But I'm now allowed to use English. I'm only allowed to use gibberish and hand gestures. Y'all have a very important job. If he's cold, you will start to boo. Boo! Good. I have a feeling you'll be booing a lot. And after he guesses the occupation correctly, you'll say, woo! Clap twice and let out a honk. Now let's try it. Woo! Now everybody do it. Woo! Alright, after he guesses the occupation correctly, God help us, we'll move on to the location and the murder weapon. Now, I need someone in the audience to give me an occupation.
anybody?
Doctor. Lawyer. Lawyer, I heard lawyer. Excellent. Now, the place for the murder to take place?
Anybody? Hill. Grocery store.
A grocery store. Very well. And lastly, a murder weapon. Light bulb. A light bulb. A light bulb? Wow. How you kill someone with a light bulb? Doesn't sound very bright. Alright. So we've got a lawyer who was killed in the grocery store by, let's say, choking on a light bulb. Alright, Tom, come back home.
Loving you is easy, 'cause you fuck.
Get your fingers out of your ears.
Alright, are we ready to play now?
First, occupation. You ready?
Ready. Carpenter. Boo! Jesus, that's my first guess. Lay off. Nothing. Boo! Shark? Boo!
A shark? A shark? What are you for? Being a shark in an occupation?
A professional shark? Hey, you're not supposed to be talking.
I wouldn't be talking if I was playing with somebody who actually had a brain. Now, let's try this again.
A lawyer?
Woo!
Alright, so you're a lawyer, and where were you killed? Walmart? Chicken farm? Orphanage? Restroom?
You eat in a restroom?
No. Why? Don't you?
Where do you buy me that?
An interstate rest stop?
That's so gross.
Oh, a grocery store.
Woo! Alright, and lastly, what was I killed with?
A light bulb.
I didn't even say anything. How'd you know that?
That's my biggest fear. Just look at it. Come on, Tom. Give us a lick. We won't hurt you. They're electrocuted.
Alright, buddy. Come back to reality. Let's put this whole improv together.
So you were a lawyer killed in a grocery store by a light bulb.
Woo!
You better enjoy this.
Secret
that person over there.